Hey guys, hope everyone's day is going well, and in today's video I've got a tutorial for an extremely popular trick. So you guys have probably seen this one all over Instagram. I'm gonna put a couple videos on the screen right now, but everyone's doing it and it's super cool. So I actually learned this trick from, I believe, Hunter Fierstein at the National Yo-Yo Contest. However, the actual creator of this trick is Shoomtown, but that's his Instagram, so I'll put a little pop-up right here. That's his Instagram if you guys want to follow him, because apparently he is the original creator of this trick. But yeah, there really isn't that much more to say about this trick. It is a little bit difficult. For me, it was hard to learn, but it's it kind of varies with everyone. It's such a small little trick and such a little movement that for some people it's super easy to learn, and for others it can take a very long time. So if you guys are having trouble with it, don't worry. Everyone has a different time with this trick. You will eventually get it. But yeah, that's about it. Let's jump right into this tutorial. One quick thing I forgot to mention, this is the Spin Time Yo-Yo's Empire. That's the yo-yo I'm using. Okay, so I'm going to start out the tutorial for this trick just kind of in this view. So essentially what this trick is, it's super tiny, but it's just this really interesting and weird movement. So what you want to do, step one, is get into any green triangle in which you're supposed to pop out the front to get out of. So that can be like a Brent stole. You can still do the trick like this, just has to pop out the front. Alright, so I prefer a Ninja Vanish, and I'll get a little bit more into why I prefer the Ninja Vanish. But what you want to do, personally I feel like the Ninja Vanish is just the easiest. From here, I'm going to give another view of this and break down what's actually happening with the string. But on the broadest of terms, what's happening here is you're popping the yo-yo out the back and flinging the string kind of forward. So now I honestly cannot land this very consistently, but with practice you do get better. So essentially you're just popping out the wrong. You would normally pop out the front, but with this trick you're gonna pop out the back and get into this little double green triangle. Alright, so let me break down this trick with what's actually happening here, alright? Alright, so one of the easiest ways to explain this trick and learn how to actually do it is on the ground. So what I mean by that is we're gonna go in and get into our Ninja Vanish. We're just like this. And so we're gonna stop the yo-yo on the ground like that. So this is our Ninja Vanish right here. What we're gonna do is pop out the back, so it's gonna look like that. And here's the actual cool part of the trick. So you see these two double strings right here. There's two strings right here. What's gonna happen is you're gonna pop out the back, and this string right here is going to loop over top the string like this. This loop right here is gonna loop over the top, and the yo-yo is going to land right like that, and you're in this double green triangle. So basically that's the technical explanation for this trick. So just remember, once you're in this green triangle, you're gonna pop out the back and this string comes right over the top of the yo-yo and you're gonna land like that. So it's just that. Now, to be perfectly honest, you don't need to know these mechanics to do this trick. This is just if you're really struggling with it and you want to kind of figure out what's happening. But I'm going to talk more about how we actually are able to do this trick and some tips that I have for you guys in just a little bit. But yeah, so now that you know what's going on, let's teach you actually how to do that second part of the trick after you get into the green triangle. Alright, hey guys, so now you guys know the whole technical explanation of the trick. I'm going to teach you now how to actually do this. So, you get into your green triangle, and now here's why I like the Ninja Vanish. Essentially what you're going to want is, you want the biggest possible loop right here. So what I mean by that is, let's say we go into a Brent stole. Now you can do it with a Brent stole, but it's not easy. Look how little these double strings right there are. These little strings right there, they're so tiny, there's hardly any slack right there. The reason I like the Ninja Vanish is because I can get a gigantic slack. Look how long that is. So we're going to be able to work with a lot more slack right there if we do it like that. But again, you can get into any green triangle. So I like to do a giant Ninja Vanish. None of that little, just tiny little, mini Ninja Vanish. I put my entire hand in there and just do a gigantic Ninja Vanish to get the most amount of slack to deal with. Alright, so that's tip number one. What you're going to do is when you pop out back, you're going to kind of just throw your hands forward just a little bit. So you're going to pop up and forward just a little bit. Just kind of this very little motion, alright? Essentially, you don't want this to be some giant motion. You want it to be very little. That'll help you get this like slack under control. So basically, you're gonna pop up, and you see how that slack kind of comes around? Of course, I'll slow this part down, but you're gonna see this slack come from here, come kind of around the yo-yo, and that's how we get into the green triangle. So, if you've gotten this far, congratulations, you basically did the trick. Here's how you get out of this without getting a knot. So what you're gonna do is first kind of grab this right here and pop out the back, so just like that. And then what you're gonna do is hop onto this string coming from the back, like that, and pop out the front. So that is basically a trick. If you got that far, that is awesome. Just keep practicing and you will get it eventually consistently. But if you're still having trouble, here's some additional tips for you. So obviously tip number 1, again, have very little string tension. That'll make it a whole lot easier to learn this. And another tip that I have is, this is what I do, is I take, so I'm in my green triangle right here. What I do is I take my thumb and my index finger of my throw hand, and the same thing for here. So I'm pinching like this, and just kind of like going like that, and that kind of gives me a little bit more control, I feel like, over the slack when I'm doing it, because I don't know, it's just like when I'm pinching that kind of stuff, it seems to come a whole lot easier. Another problem that I ran into, at least when I was learning this trick, is the fact that I understand that yes, you are actually popping completely out of the mount. You're not like, the slack isn't just coming over from the top right here. You are actually completely coming out of the green triangle and then landing on its string. I thought before, like, oh, I just kind of jump it up like that and the slack will come around. The slack may come around, but you won't get into the right mount. You are actually getting out of the green triangle entirely and hopping onto a new string. But yeah, that's basically the trick. But yeah, that's basically about it for my tutorial of this trick. But yeah, overall, this is a really cool trick. When I first landed it, I honestly couldn't believe it. So I hope you guys definitely stick with it. If it's giving you trouble, definitely leave a comment down below or email me and I'll be sure to help you out if you need additional advice. I've got a bunch of new videos planned for you guys, a bunch of YoYo reviews, so definitely stay tuned to the channel because I'll be uploading them as soon as I possibly can. If you guys did enjoy the video, be sure to leave a like, and also if you're new here, definitely hit that subscribe button. I hope you guys all have a great rest of your day, and I'll see you next time. Peace.